Why did a college student from Tampa fall to her death in South Carolina?
And why was her car found torched about 10 miles away? The investigation continues tonight into what really happened to 21-year-old Sheridan Wahl.
Hey guys, SSB right here, and in today's video I will be discussing the case of Sheridan Wahl. Our story today begins in the municipality of Littleton, Colorado. Littleton, which is part of the Denver, Aurora, Lakewood area, is home to about 50,000 people today. Even though it is close to Denver, it has a feel all of its own, boasting great natural beauty and numerous boutique shops. Fun fact, Matt Stone, co-creator of South Park, and Melissa Benoist, who plays Supergirl, were both born here. Anyways, it is here that Sheridan Wahl was born to parents Kelly and Jeff Wahl on February 14th, 2000. At this point, not much is publicly available about Sheridan's early life, but I will assume that she grew up in Littleton alongside her brother, Griffin, and the rest of her family, as that is what Sheridan put in her Facebook. It also seems that she developed her musical talent from a young age, as seen from her cover of James Young's Parachute cover on YouTube. Her continued love of music is apparent from her numerous guitar renditions on Instagram. In fact, her mother says that just days before she made her ill-fated trip to Myrtle Beach, she had produced her first original song in a studio, and the song was played at the event commemorating and celebrating her life. Once Sheridan graduated from high school, she decided to study at the University of South Florida starting the fall of 2018, where, according to her Facebook profile, she was studying global business. Her roommate and close friend at USF, Elizabeth Eshenique, described Sheridan in the following way. She was an amazing musician who oftentimes would sit down to make music for fun and relaxation. She was spontaneous and knew how to make you laugh. Sheridan was a person with a pure heart of gold, always trying to make her friends and family feel loved and accepted. On the GoFundMe that Elizabeth created in remembrance of Sheridan, she asked, "What happened to this kind, loving, talented, and beautiful young woman?" While we don't have all the answers, here's what we do know. We know that Sheridan was in Myrtle Beach for the weekend to see her dad, but for some reason she never actually met up with him. According to Sheridan's mom, Kelly, Sheridan gave her a call around 1 p.m. on Sunday, September 19th, during or after Sheridan tried to rent a scooter from a Rent Me superstore on 300 block of South Ocean Boulevard. Not having been able to rent a scooter due to not having her shoes on her, Sheridan told her mom that she wanted to return home that night, but Kelly tried to convince her to stay the night at Myrtle Beach and head back to school the next morning so as to avoid driving at night. That was the last time Kelly spoke to Sheridan, as all her calls to Sheridan's phone after this went straight to voicemail. The police have since confirmed that this was also the last time anyone saw Sheridan alive. By Monday, things were not looking well, and a worried Kate pleaded on Facebook for the community to help her find her daughter, but unfortunately, the only thing found that Monday was her burned car. The car was so badly damaged that the VIN number was not legible and the license plate was missing. The next morning, about 10 miles from where the car had been found and about 50 miles from Myrtle Beach, a call was made to 911 about a body being discovered at the Hannah Salem Friendfield Fire Department next to the training tower.
News 13 got the 911 call about the discovery of Wahl's body.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to need the Sheriff Department to 630 West Highway 378. We have found a body on our property.
Oh, my God.
At our fire station.
Behind the fire station?
Mm-hmm.
Was it wrapped or anything, or just laying out?
Nope, she just laid out on the grass.
Unfortunately, it was Sheridan. Sheridan's autopsy was performed on Friday, September 24th, and the conclusion was that she had died of multiple blunt force trauma due to a fall, but the manner of death was undetermined. There is speculation, of course. Some of her friends think that Sheridan may have crashed her car, walked to the fire station, and climbed the tower for cell service and fallen. This does not make sense to me because why would Sheridan need to climb the tower for cell service when she's already at a fire station? She simply could have walked in there and told him that her car was on fire. Other friends suggested the possibility that Sheridan may have caused her own death due to her current mental state, but this is speculation that I have no evidence for or against, so I really can't comment on this one. Finally, on Elizabeth's GoFundMe page, she did mention that some witnesses said that they saw a white male driving / fleeing the scene, but this is unsubstantiated at this point. When it comes to this case, I do have two main concerns outstanding. The first one is, if Sheridan was at Myrtle Beach to see her father, why did she never meet him? It sounds like she may have been upset at her father, but he hasn't really talked about it that I know of, and no explanation has been given as to why they never met up. I'm definitely not accusing him of anything, and I don't think he's the culprit, but it still would be nice to have an explanation as to why that didn't happen. My second question when it comes to this case is, what happened to the plate on the car? Did she take it or did someone else take it? It doesn't really make sense to me that Sheridan would take the plate before she burned the car, if that was what happened, but unfortunately, we'll never really know. And that is where the current situation stands, a mysterious death, one at which we might never get an answer for. But if you do have any information, please call the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, SLED for short, at 803-737-9000.